And welcome back to the Big Doctor Who Poll! I am Joshua Snares, and today we'll be counting down the stories you love and love to hate.
The results of this countdown is sourced by you, the audience, and it is not too late to cast your vote for future episodes, and you can find the link in the description below.
Today, we'll be showcasing the 5th Doctor, played by Peter Davison. The Concorde goes missing, which leads the Doctor's friends into a plot involving his greatest enemy. Matthew Waterhouse makes an appearance in Time Flight to prevent fans from guessing his departure in the previous serial, which was meant to be a surprise. The Sea Devils and the Silurians attempt to take control over nuclear weapons stored in an underwater colony in the year 2084. The Merca costume wasn't completed by the time it was needed, and the paint was still wet, ruining the clothes of anyone who came near it. The Master manipulates Chameleon, a shape-shifting robot, to impersonate King John of England to stop the signing of the Magna Carta. Chameleon was destined to be a failure. Sadly, the operator of the robot, Mike Power, passed away tragically, and no one else could get the robot to walk. And there was really no one who really understood the programming as well as Mike did, and therefore they would write the character out of the show. Monarch plans to take Earth's precious minerals by wiping out humanity. 2 episodes of Doctor Who's budget was dedicated to K9 and Company. Omega returns to face the Doctor once again. Colin Baker was hesitant about accepting the role of Maxwell due to believing he wouldn't ever be able to play the Doctor. The Doctor must stop a ship from exploding because if he doesn't, it could destroy the entire universe. Sarah Sutton wasn't happy with her final story as Nyssa and didn't understand her character's choices. An evil entity is being awoken by reenactments of the English Civil War. The original story was to be 4 parts, but due to the lack of plot, the writer was asked to cut it down to 2 episodes. A murder has taken place at Cranley Hall, and the Doctor is suspected as the murderer. John Nathan Turner considered directing this serial, but eventually decided to pass it on to a new director who is just starting out. The Master is planning on using the healing powers of the gas on the planet San. On Nicola Bryant's first day of recording, she was filming a scene where she was pretending to drown. A German nudist came to her rescue, believing she was actually drowning. He wasn't too happy when he found out that she was only acting, and tried to disturb a shot later on. The Tractators plan on enslaving the last surviving humans. The production team really loved the Tractators and asked the writer to create a story featuring them and the Master, which sadly never made it to production. The Mara has been haunting Tegan ever since she left Devaloka, and for good reason, because the Mara isn't done with her yet. Sarah Sutton was aware that she would be written out of the show and asked if they would make her character more mature to show some growth. A new Doctor has arrived, and the Master has captured Adric to exploit his mathematical excellence. Since Peter Davison was appearing in Sink or Swim, they pushed Doctor Who back until January so he wouldn't appear on 2 programs at the same time, which might confuse audiences. The Doctor meets a new companion in Turlough, but can he trust him? Originally, instead of the Brigadier appearing, it would have been Ian Chesterton, which makes a bit more sense as to why it was set at a school. In the 17th century, the TARDIS travellers encounter the Pteroleptals, who plan on unleashing a plague across the world. The use of animatronics in the Pteroleptal costumes was the first time this technology was used in Doctor Who. The Doctor and friends land on an old sailing ship, but everything isn't as it seems. This isn't some ordinary boat race. It is a boat race in space! Peter Davison decided to leave the show after this season. Reasons cited were disappointment in scripts and the budget issues. An evil force known as the Mara possesses Tegan. Since Nyssa was a late addition to Doctor Who, the scriptwriter and script editor found it difficult to find a place for her in this serial, which is why she barely appears in it. Davros has been released from his imprisonment, but why does he wish to destroy his own creation? Terry Nation initially refused to let anyone write the Daleks due to his dissatisfaction with the stories, but Nathan Turner convinced him at a convention when Nation saw how much the fans loved the Daleks. The Time Scoop picks up all the incarnations of the Doctor, and they must play the Game of Rassilon. This episode was co-funded by the Australian Broadcasting Company, their part being 60,000 Australian dollars. The Cybermen return, and one of the Doctor's friends must die. Adric was chosen to die for a few reasons. Nathan Turner believes it would be good publicity and give the show an extra level of stakes for its companions. On Androzani Major, the Doctor and Perry are inflicted with a deadly toxin for which there is no cure. The Doctor is doubtful he will regenerate because it feels different this time. John Nathan Turner believes someone in the production office was leaking information and decided to label this story as The Doctor's Wife on a planning board to confirm his suspicions. Don't forget to enter the poll below to add your vote to this series. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Josh Nair's YouTube channel.